there. All right. About 3 minutes till blast off here. We're going to get going at 11 a.m. Atlantic time. Raining to beat the band out there, so good day to be inside doing a little workout. But it is Friday, so that's always great too. It doesn't look too good for the weekend either. A little bit of snow, but I guess it still is spring, so can't complain too much. We won't stay around long. And I don't know if it's the same robin every time, but I've had a robin on my front lawn every time I do this workout. So at this timing of 11 o'clock. Pretty nice week here in Fredericton though, not too bad. Went for a couple of nice little 5K runs yesterday and the day before. That's always great. There's lots of people out walking and running and biking when they get a chance. Things have lifted here a little bit in New Brunswick, so we're very lucky in that regard. Mother's Day this weekend, so people will get to, if their mother's in their family bubble, as is mine, I'll get out to have a little visit with her, so that's awesome. Hopefully it'll be nice enough that I can barbecue, cook for her, spoil her a little bit. Well, she's hard to shut down. Alright, about a minute to go here. Plate ready here. Alrighty, 11 a.m., let's get her going. So welcome again to your Facebook Live session, Friday, May 8th, 2020. My name's Tony McLean, PSP Fitness and Sport Instructor, CFB Gagetown, Normochto, New Brunswick. And I'm coming to you from my basement here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. As I said, just the lead up. A little bit of rainy day here in Freddie, but that's all right. We've had a pretty good week, so good day to be inside doing a little workout. So, we're doing today our second in the series of sport-specific workout. Course has been prepped and then collaborated with Tracy Lamb, my colleague, doing a great job researching and getting some good stuff for you people here. And we did call it sport-specific as applied to hockey is kind of what we're thinking. And there will be a hockey-specific component to this morning. But the other components, as I reiterated last week, are cross-sectional. I mean, they apply to every sport. Our training today is designed to work on your power, your speed, your agility, your foot quickness, all right? So those, of course, have multiple applications. All your ball sports, your football, your basketball, your baseball, your volleyball, right? Your soccer, so all that sort of thing. All your racket sports, tennis, squash, badminton, pickleball. I'm sure I'm forgetting one there. So even though we're saying it is sport-specific hockey, you really can take this series of stuff that we're doing and it's going to help you in all of your sports and activities that you do. So before we get started this morning, I'm going to read our disclaimer. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platform, the telefitness classes is tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel and their families become accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. Simply click on the links provided with this post. Further to that, by continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there is a possibility of physical injury and you agree that you do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. All right, so I do not have music going, but certainly fire up your own music, whatever floats your boat, gets you going. All right, it's going to help you through this. You can also, Amanda Murphy, our coordinator, will be handling any comments or questions that you may have. And certainly you can like this throughout or at the end or share it, please. We want to push it out to as many people as possible. So as I said, it is a sport-specific workout. We're focusing on hockey today. And the way our session's been planned today is 4 groups of movement type drills. The first one will be depth jumps, so building on again the depth jumps that we started in the session a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to add to that today. We're also going to do some horizontal jumps, again adding a vertical component to that. We're going to do some work again with the agility ladder, some similar movements that you've seen already and maybe other workouts. Our goal today, though, we want to keep increasing foot speed. So the patterns are somewhat similar, but we want to increase our foot speed, want to increase our accuracy, and we're also going to add a backward component to this, so it'll make it a little bit more challenging in that regard. And then our 4th component is going to actually involve a little bit of stick handling work. So you would need a stick, 4 cones, or I'm going to be using just gloves and some elbow pads as my obstacles. All right. Depth jumps, we have a bench and a smaller bench to use for those. All right. So I'm going to start with a general warm-up. Again, I'm going to use a hockey stick for parts of this. If you don't have a hockey stick, you grab a broomstick or anything like that. If you don't have anything, then just modify it without an implement as best you can, right? The main thing is to get into the warm-up. So I'm going to start with the hands in the overhand position, and we're just going to start getting the shoulders going here. And this will be a general warm-up for the each of the 4 components. I will do a specific warm-up to prep us for the advancement that we're going to do. So things, you add a little bit. This is going to be a series of things involving depth jumping and plyometrics and whatnot. So, all right, and just drop the stick on the shoulder and some easy twists. If you are using a stick or a broomstick, please be aware of stuff around you that you're not putting it through a wall or TV or something like that. All right, and let's go hip hinge here. All right, and we're just going to go sideways and a couple pulses to the side. Little tug on the bottom of the stick Gives you a little bit more stretch each time. And let's take it right up overhead. And the same thing, it's going to get us a little bit higher on the lat. Watch my light fixture here. That would end our live session pretty quick. I get showered with light bulbs and glass. All right, so we're going to take stick, we're going to put it out in front, and we're just going to do some easy kicks up in front. Footwork in between the hips. So it is a fairly lower body dominant type of a training, but of course any kind of power movement or jumping or whatever the case is, we need stability in the upper body too. So as we're jumping, we're going to want to be able to use arm swings. Skating, we're going to have an upper body that's under control. All right, stick right out in front, and just some easy air squats. And with our session today, you will get a muscular endurance, a cardio, a little training effect in those components just by default, but that is not our main goal. Our goal is to be a bit more focused, a bit more methodical, and trying to hit the marks, trying to generate explosiveness, trying to ignite those different muscles that are going to help us be explosive and make sure that they can be triggered when we get into our actual gameplay. All right, so we'll just do stick on the shoulders, and we'll just do a forward lunge with a light twist. All right, alternate legs each time. Work the ankles a little bit here, so just toe on the floor, because we are going to be doing, like I said, a lot of lower body, so we want the ankles to be nice and warmed up. Doing some change of direction stuff, some landing and takeoff right away, so we're going to want the calves, everything, knees, hips, whatnot, all to be ready to go. All right, I'm going to go with hip openers here. Again, I'm just using a stick for balance so that I'm warming up. I'm not worried about trying to control my body. Okay, so our key word here today, a couple of them: explosiveness, triggers, ignition. All right, so we're thinking about all those terms that describe powerful movements, whether it's a skating stride. And again, that's our main focus, I guess, but again, it could apply to volleyball, tack jump, football exploding off the line, or baseball, nice baseball, having a good power generated in the swing or in your throw, right? Or soccer, generating power in the kick, or being able to elevate for a head ball. Tennis, being able to get left and right and forward and backwards as quick as possible. All those racket sports. All right, we're going forward kick here. And then once you're into that spot, being able to gather, generate power. If it's a racket sport, you want to be able to get to the spot, get under control, and then be able to generate power. Have a good stroke of badminton or squash ball or tennis racket, whatever it is. Tennis ball. can use the stick sometimes in a few of these drills if you want. If you're in for hockey and you want to have the feel of that stick in your hand all the time, no problem there, okay? So I'm just gonna do some like jogging on the spot here. Heart rate's gonna elevate. Like I said, we're gonna get some, by default, some cardio out of this. But we really want to be focusing on the movement and on the explosion. So we don't want to be bringing ourselves to failure or sacrificing explosiveness for speed or quick, like sloppiness, all right? All right, so just a little bit of forward, backward. And that's easy jacks. And that applies especially to the depth jumps and the other jumps. Really focus, sticking the landing, working on ignition. All right, just 2 foot hop here. Stop, 2 foot hit, stop, absorb. All right, just an easy jog forward, backward. Into your living room here, or basement, or garage, or wherever you're at. Again, we keep saying we're delivering these things from our living rooms or basement. You make it work. All right, so there's a side shuffle. All right, and then just a couple of quick side hops here. It's all going to be stuff that's going to be part of our workout. All right, good stuff. Rid of the sweater. And get ourselves set up. So, we get stick out of the way for this particular portion. We'll slide our bench up. So again, with our depth jumps, my height is 17 inches, which is plenty for me. My bench for single hops is 9 inches. You're typically looking at a height, you wouldn't go much higher than 24 inches. If you're very well trained, you might be into a 30-inch depth jump or drop, okay? But 17 is plenty for our purposes. All right, so I'm gonna do a little warm up, which would be kind of a bit of a review, I guess, of what we were doing last time. We're gonna do bilateral drop into a vertical jump right away, stick the landing. We're gonna do 6 repetitions of each movement, and that's gonna be really relatively over 1 minute. So if you think about it, you're doing a jump every 10 seconds. So that's not very fast, but it's given us recovery time, recuperation time, so that we can really work on the explosiveness, not so concerned about the muscular endurance and the cardio. All right, so to start with, if you remember the last one, we just, let me watch my head here, we just stepped off, 2 foot landing, absorb the landing. All right, good deep knee bend. All right, so this was our intro to depth jumping, was just getting the hips, the quads, glutes, ankles, calves, etc., all used to just absorbing that blow, that impact. So hopefully you had a chance to do maybe 3 or 4 of these workouts in this last 2 weeks, and that you're feeling really pretty confident with this. All right, so we're gonna go jump to vertical. So I'm gonna demonstrate the first one, and then we'll do 6, all right? So it's a step off, all right? So it's a spring right away. So that's one demo. Now we're gonna do 6 right here, step off, all right? Again, your best surface to do this is on a wooden floor or outside on grass is really good. Grass, you dissipate a lot of force, so it takes a lot into the grass. So it really gives you a great training effect. Or you think about beach volleyball players, they do a lot of their training in sand. Great training, especially sport specific for that. And one more. I'm going to slide my bench in here, and we're going to do some unilateral. So I'm going to warm that up first. So for this one here, we're just stepping up on whichever foot is off. We're going to lead with that foot that's on the floor, and we're just going to jump and drop and hold. Again, this is a review of what we did last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. All right, so the unilateral, of course, brings in some balance, but it's going to ignite a whole bunch more muscles. Again, even in the lower body. All right, and so we're going to do same here. We'll do 6 each side. Sorry, I'm going to demo first. So now we're going to do the same as the bilateral. We're going to go 1 foot drop, vertical jump right away and hold it. So with this here, we're going to use some arm swing to get us elevated, and then we want to hold and stick that landing there. All right, here we go. So starting right foot. And we're going to switch each time. We'll do 6 repetitions on each foot. Again, take my time here. Heart rate and breathing rate is going up a little bit. That's normal, but I don't want to go to failure here. So explode and hold. Load and hold. That's 2. And you're jumping, of course. Great jumpers have some natural, but certainly can be trained. And what you're trying to do is right into your soles of your feet, your ankles, everything's got to be able to explode. And that all generates right up through the lines, all right? One more. And last one. I'll take a quick little break. Good. All right, so slow and methodical. That's what we want. All right. We are going to get the training effect in the cardio and a little bit of anaerobic, a little bit of muscular endurance, but of course that's not our main goal. Okay, so we won't warm up or demo this time. So first one, as with all of them, you kind of feel your way around. This time I want you to hit, boom, all right? Nice and explosive, hit the floor, off the floor, all right? Nice and quick. Then gather, take our time in between, all right? Here we go. So bilateral. Make sure I don't hit my head on the light here. I'm going to step off. And have a seat. All right. Step off. Hold the landing. That's 2. All right. 4 more here. Really give it here. All right. Step off. Feels really good, nice and warmed up. These here, again, want a little bit of tempo. I'm close to that. Step off. Stick it. Move this up. And last one. Step off. And jump. All right. Move our lateral. Move this right away. Same thing here. We're going to want to really explode off our back that up just a bit. Off our jump. All right, starting with right foot. Drop, elevate, and hold. All right. So a little bit of absorption. This is why I work in the ankles. All right, because you're going to get some major ankle flexion and then explode right away. And then work on sticking that landing. That's one. All right, travel a little bit. So we're really looking for vertical in this particular case. Straight up and down. That's two. See, I feel even an improvement for myself from last week. Able to stick those landings after a jump. All right, we got halfway home here, so let's really nail them here to finish. All right, so you can see it is lower, but you need to be able to stabilize the upper to generate elevation. All right. Alright, so you work to hold yourself. Alright, don't cheat. And last one, elevate and hold. Alright, and you want a foot tap there. So I can feel that all the way through the glutes, up in the lats, everything to keep myself stable. Alright. And last one, drop, elevate, and hold. Perfect. All right, so quick little break here. I'm gonna get rid of the little bench. Show you lots of space here. Slide this over, out of the way. Take a little water. So our next one is going to be jump drills. And we're going to be moving horizontal for these, bilateral and unilateral. All right, so this is like a change of direction into elevation. All right, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we were working on the 2 foot bounding going forward, and we were working on 1 foot bounding as well. So today we're going to be going left and right. Okay, we're going to do 2 rounds, 6 repetitions each round. Okay, for the bilateral, I'll do 6 per side, and then we're going to go 1 leg. So for the bilateral, make sure I stay in camera. You're not traveling really far, so I'm basically going about the width of the stability ladder here. That width is, I think it's around 20 inches or so. All right, so just quickly to demo, athletic position. Little slide over and vertical jump right away, stick the landing. Little hop. All right. In this case, we'll try to have both feet hit at the same time and then elevate. I'll back up a little bit here. I don't have much of a vertical jump anymore. Never had a big one to start with. Still feel like I might hit my head on that lamp. I can dream. All right, so we're gonna go 6 repetitions here, okay? So a little hop over, stick, a little hop over, stick, gather. So, first round here, not going terribly hard, probably 70%. Next one we'll really work on our explosiveness. I'm traveling a bit too, so I want to kind of stay right in this here. Last one. Good. All right. So you can see I've got some cardio going, the respiration rate is up, heart rate is up. So I'm gonna take a little break because we're doing unilateral now. So it's a 1 foot horizontal hop. So kind of following the same depth jump process that we did here. Be prior to this. But I want a little bit of recuperation, all right? I'm not trying to race through all this stuff. My main goal is power, explosion, ignition, okay? So I don't want to be maxed out or at failure trying to do those. That's another component of training that we can focus on at another point. All right, so next one is unilateral. So I'll demo one. We're gonna elevate 1 foot. We're gonna lead with the foot the direction I'm going. So, and then I'm gonna explode at the end. Okay, so we'll call this a counter-directional vertical jump. Okay, and I may not even go the width of this. I'll use that as a bit of a gauge. So I'll start them now. So it would be, this is a demo and stick. And I'm gonna go other foot and stick. All right, 6 repetitions. All right, so. And again, we're using the arms, upper body. That's more technical when we're getting into jumping. Not going high, I'm just going lateral. Saving the vertical or the height part for my actual rebound jump. Stick that one very good. We'll do one more here. All right. Good stuff. Well, that's one round. We'll do one more. 2 foot verticals. I get the feeling of movement now, a little bit of coordination, get the balance going, get the proprioception, the motor neurons, everything's fired now. So now I can focus on the explosion. A little bit of a heart rate going, but we're going to recuperate so that we can generate nice power each time. All right? So we're going 6 times each direction. Here we go. Absorb the landing a little bit more. There we go. And one more. Take a little break here. There's 2 good solid. Trying to get elevated here. So the hard thing about this is converting horizontal movement and generating that into vertical. Great stuff, all right? So I would do it both sides, and that is igniting and grabbing a lot of muscles to get me focused, get me gathered, and then convert, boom, right away. All right? We're gonna go unilateral now. How are we doing for time? Oh, she's getting on. This one here, I'm gonna cut it back just a little bit. We'll make sure we get everything in here this morning. All right? So leading with the leg. Let's go in that direction. So, jump and hop. Ooh. So that's when we, a little bit of fatigue there. All right, so you gotta really focus. Perfect. Great job. So hopefully you're feeling that, right? A little bit of an advancement from what we did before, and we're going to continue to do all kinds of little things we can do. And again, recommend take this, you have a 2-week gap between, so that allows you, maybe you do it maybe 3 times between now, maybe 4, making sure you have lots of recuperation time, recovery in between. Okay, our next one is going to be with the agility ladder. We're going to do 2 sets, around 6 reps each, or a timed type thing. And what we're looking for here, there's similar movements that we've done, but we want to just focus on foot speed. We want to focus on accuracy, so hitting the mark, all right? And getting the feet off the ground and onto the next level, okay? So I'm gonna do just a quick little warm up, all right, to get the brain going, get the motor neurons, proprioceptions working, all right? So we're just gonna do easy steps in, and we're gonna be doing backwards today, so that's a bit more of a challenge. So just get us used to that. So we're just going a little slow here. And we're trying not to hit the lines, of course. Alright, and we're going to do 1 with 2 feet in each time. This is going to be our part of our main move. And we're going to go backwards. Okay, and we're going to do 1 outside. Alright, so it's going to be and backwards. Alright, so we're going to do about 45 seconds here. We're going to do 2 rounds. So first one is going to be everything together. So it's going to be in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out. All right, and the same thing backwards. Whoa. All right, now Tracy, she always got 1 curveball for me. All right, so we're going to do about 45 seconds here. All right, so out, out, in, out. Oh, can't take your eye off the prize here, Tone. And we'll do 1 more down. All right. All right, that's a good one. Perfect. So, again, you're going to get a little bit of fatigue there in a 45-second, fairly anaerobic. But if you need to slow down, that's fine. because we more importantly want you hitting the marks, all right? So next one's gonna be horizontal in and out, down and back. So going this way, you're gonna lead with the foot of the direction you're going, switch feet on the way back. Again, we'll do this for 45 seconds. Here we go. So this one is 2 feet in, 2 feet in. And lead with the other foot. All right. Gather a bit. And one more time down back. And the other foot. All right, good stuff. So that's round one. All right. Not too bad there. We'll try to up the tempo a little bit in terms of getting the feet in and out, especially on the backward portion. Ideally, you're trying not to totally focus on the lines, all right? Because in every sport, of course, we want peripheral vision. So you need to be able to move and be able to as well see what's going on in front of you. So if it's hockey, you need to be able to have the head up, be able to change directions, but able to see who's coming at me, or who I'm going to pass to, or who I'm going to go around, or where I'm going to shoot. Every other sport, same thing, okay? I can't be looking totally down at where I'm going, okay? Soccer, another example. If I get my head buried, I'm not gonna be able to see what's going on, all right? Now, that being said, our main focus is to hit target and quick feet. Not terribly worried about the end game, all right? Here we go. So we're quick feet. I had it. Oh, let's do one more. Bad finish. All right. All right. Okay, a little break here. Then we'll do our lateral. All right, so a little shout out to Ben. I meant to mention him last week. He was watching. Ben Noseworthy, our curling and golf manager. So they're trying to get golf club all going up there. Weather's not cooperating. People must be anxious to get out. I'm sure the driving range is up and going. And for that fact, even though golf, you're not moving like this sort of thing here, but everybody will talk to you about club head speed, all right? So that is how much torque you can put through. So you see the best golfers these days are fit, they train, they're explosive, they hit the ball off the tee 250, 300 yards, all right? But these guys and girls are fit, all right? They're training. It's much more, of course, the technology is a little bit better, but even at that. So this sort of training, great for golf as well. All right, so we're gonna do lateral. Lead with the foot, the direction you're going in. And back, same thing. We have a tendency to want to lead with our strong foot. and we'll go one more down back. Nice and quick. Oh, damn. All right, just a bit of fatigue kicking in there. That's all right. Good stuff, good quick feet. Great stuff, any sport. Certainly my hockey changed directions. It helped my crossovers, my breaks, all that sort of stuff, good striding. All right, last component. Grab my stuff here. So, as I said, 4 cones, or I'm in my case just don't have cones, so I'm just using a couple pieces of hockey gear here. I have a tennis ball and my stick, and let me see here. Those are getting tight, but that's all right. I'm going to go through this here. So what we've got here, just the workout will be a little bit of a cool down as well. But again, we want to focus. As I said earlier, with the ladder, trying to keep the head up a little bit. It's hard to do with that. Certainly with our stick handling, as hockey specific, we want to be able to see the puck, in this case the ball, but also be able to see peripherally what's going on around me, so I can make decisions smartly and quickly. All right. So we're going to go through about a minute with each kind of drill here, and just do the best you can. If you knock something over, it just depends whatever you're using for. So just use a little bit of a warm up here. Now I've also taken this is an old beater of a stick here, so I cut it down because of course I'm not on skates. So I took about almost 2 inches off this, so it makes it more realistic. Okay, having your stick that you use on the ice can make it challenging to stick handle properly, and it doesn't transfer properly. All right, just going to bring that back, the high hand up too high. All right. So first one we're going to do, we're going to bring the hockey gloves into horizontal here. And I'm going to timer going just so I keep an eye here. All right, and we're going to do what we call narrow figure eights. So just ball in and out, good athletic stance. You can drop one hand off the stick if need be, like that. All right. I'm not doing a very good job here. I'm keeping my head right down. I should be able to talk to you guys. You should be able to see my eyes at least a little bit. Just so I can kind of see. And we're also going to switch directions with this. So drag that back. And then tennis ball's a little jumpy and a little light, so that's my excuse why I got to keep my head down. What they say, the older you get, the better your excuses get. So I'm going to play that in there. All right. So next, push those out of the way. We're going to take it out, and we're going to do a little wider horizontal figure eight. All right. So dealing with a love seat on one side and covered on the other. So the fact that I'm not putting my stick through the door of the cupboard, tearing a hole in the couch, is a testament to how great I'm doing here. And back the other direction. And that is with hockey, we tend to work on what we are good at. We're going to make sure we do things both directions. All right, that's good. Now you can add, and if you watched Andrew, my son Andrew and I did a session there about a month ago. We did some one arm, one foot stuff, make it a bit more challenging. All right, keeping your balance like that. So you can add that in there if you want to make things a little bit more difficult. All right. Next one, we're going to go vertical. All right, and for This one here, I'm going to go off to the side, all right? So it's in like so, so you're going to be kind of just off to the side like so. And again, challenge to keep the head up, but what I'm thinking about is I'm trying to take a peek every once in a while, make sure that I can see. All right, and go back to the right. Back here. Looking like Canada's worst driver here, hitting a lot of cones. Hockey gloves. All right, we're going to switch it to the other side. Now on your off side, this is a little bit more challenging, and you'll need to take the bottom hand off the stick, but again, it's nothing bad about this. I'm going to back up a little bit and drag it through. All right, still all great. Working the wrists, getting that top hand engaged. Oops. Get over here, and again, it's more difficult, so it'll be easy for me to keep going in my good direction or stay on my good side. But you know the great ones, they practice the stuff that's difficult and make it look easy. All right. Stuff. So now we're going to add 4. So I'm going to take the level pads here, bring those in a little bit, and this elbow pad here, or cones, whatever it is that you're using for implements. And the tennis ball can is known yesterday when I was practicing a little bit, and I realized that wasn't going to work. The tennis ball cans were flying all over the place. So this one here, you're going to do a series of 4 stick handles. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 narrow, then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 wide drag. Okay? So quick hands here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wide, 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 wide. 4. And again, you can go 1 foot. Oh, we go over here. This is live. Switch the foot. All right. Whew. I said this is cool down. I get a good sweat going. Last one. We're going to go vertical. All right. And we're going to use all 4. And I'll probably go out of picture a little bit here. I think I only have enough room, so I'll push that one up here. So you're going to have in a line, I don't know, maybe 10 inches between your cone or your obstacle. All right. So first thing I'm going to do here, a little warm up. I'm just going to be going back and forth just between. All right. So first time doing it, I'm letting the one hand go. All right. What's wrong with that? Like so. So, our main drill here, and we'll do it 2 ways. So I'm going to start going, entering from the left, down, down, and around, back, 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 back. All right, back through the other way. And hook it. control. Alright. Narrow target. And I'm taking one hand. Yeah, there's another one here. So I'm going to do 2 more each entry. Stuff. All right, last one we'll do is called high hand. So, of course, we don't stick handle like this, but it is a good drill to help with that lower hand and getting it movement and doing this vertical. We're going to keep 2 hands on the stick the whole time. All right, so it's called high hands. So reaching, keeping 2 hands all the time. See the wrists working here. Balls wide. And one more time on each side. Now, we won't do it today, but you could also slalom this. All right, I'll just give you one demo so we can go work it, make it a little bit wider. All right, and then come back through our slalom. All right, so all kinds of variations that you can do. We'll add some of those next time. All right, gang, that pretty well does it for our workout phase. Okay, so we'll do a bit of cool down here. Yeah, so we've got about a few minutes. So let's start with arm across. So on that last part, I know that top shoulder for me and the wrist, that's good little work. That's 10 minutes. Stick handling, all right? You'd want to take a break maybe, add some different things. Of course, if you have a partner, brother or sister, or whatever the case is, or a parent and kid, or whatever it is, you can throw some pass and stuff in there, and you can add all kinds of things to it. Again, if you remember when Andrew and I did it, I was giving him the challenge when he was stick handling to keep the head up. I would flash different numbers, and he would have to tell me how many fingers I had up. All right, on the elbow. Go to seated. I do a lot of leg today because we did a fair amount. And as usual, I like to give a shout out to all my colleagues that are pushing stuff out on video and those that are in behind the scenes helping out with content. Some great stuff out there. It's really our pleasure. Having a lot of fun doing it. Caleb got the kids involved again yesterday. He's leading the league in likes. I don't know. Kids are giving him an unfair advantage. He's got the cuteness factor going. That's awesome. Never start too young. Get them active. Having some fun. All right, we'll go one foot inside the other, and chest to knee. And switch it up. relax your breathing here and just keep drawing knee back to shoulder. Good glute stretch. Did a lot of landing and takeoff today. And switch it. Left leg on right knee, draw that back. Switch that one. And just gonna do 2 more here using the wall. I'm gonna use my wall for balance and a quad stretch here. And switch it up. And last one, my back to you, apologize. Just gonna go work on the ankle, the calves here, Achilles. And did a lot of rebound jumping. Switch. All right, gang, that is it for your sport-specific hockey dryline training, or again, can be applied to just about any sport. I was finished with a shout out to our deployed troops. Best of luck to you and your families, and thank you very much. That is it for today. We will see you again next Friday. Take care.